Of course, it's a lovely good evening and welcome to Nsaka right here on Ubuntu channel. Our lovely viewers, we really appreciate that you are a part of this program and we are happy that you have joined us. Sorry for starting the program a little bit late. This is due to circumstances beyond our control. And for you viewers that are watching us for the very first time, this is a program that comes your way every Thursday from 21 or simply put 9 p.m. to 22 right here as we discuss social topics that we get to bring to you. And this evening, talking about social topics, this evening we are discussing the issue to do with empowering your spouse. When we talk about spouse, tikamba pali bantu okwatira, not spouse kuti ni girlfriend or ni tani. Spouse ni bantu okwatira ndiye nkhani amene tikamba apo apa. To co-host with me, I have Himba, that is my co-host this evening. Himba, good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Lance. Good evening, viewers, and thank you so much, Lance. Walila.
Thank you. Nalira emveka mganje nilira abemba no wino.
Tulelosha, we lost Zinkala. We are in mourning as a country. So,
well, they are tribal cousins, so therefore every opportunity given to me, I must have at them. However, let me also take this time to apologize to our viewers. Last week, we couldn't be able to have a program due to unforeseen circumstances. But today we said, hey, let's have a program no matter what. And as usual, in the studio, we have with us today, or from today onwards, let me be calling her Aunt Ruth. Aunt Ruth, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, thank you. Good evening, Imba. Good evening, Lance, and the viewers of Ubuntu channel. Thank you for being part of Ubuntu this evening.
All right, pretty great. Quickly, our viewers, we are sharing with you the studio link. Kindly click on the link, come through into the studio as quickly as you can, as this is an open discussion that we want you to be a part of the program. So we are sharing with you the link and then be part of the program. If you cannot, simply share a comment, express a view, or topic yatu ya lero yamene tikambapo pa nkhani yakuti njere muzimayi wa munyumba tingakwanise kumutandizira bwanji, tingamuchite empower bwanji yenkani amene tikambapo siku ya lero. And to kickstart the program, let me start with you, Aunt Ruth. What is empowerment? Maybe let's start from there. What is empowerment? And then after that, kindly, in a few steps, explain how one can empower a spouse in the house or in a home.
Okay. Empowerment, of course, not from a dictionary or Oxford or what, but just from what I feel the word would mean. I feel for one to empower another person, the person who is empowering is in a position of authority to allow someone to do certain things that can improve someone's livelihood. And in this case, we are talking of spouse. Except I don't know whether spouse ni mamona chena ngoni mukanzi chabe, but when we talk of spouse, it means the other spouse is in a position where you have the authority either to allow or to deny this other partner to do certain things that can improve their lives. I think that's how I understand empowerment.
Okay, pretty interesting. So let's take it through on a level, like after describing empowerment of a spouse or maybe nkani ya spouse. Let's also take it up a little bit, like looking at the steps or how one can empower a spouse, either a male folk empowering a female spouse or a female folk empowering a male spouse. But before you do that, let me also get to recognize the presence of Edith. Edith, good evening and welcome to Ubuntu channel. All right, seems like
looks like my mic is off.
Definitely. But anyway, let's get on with the program. Let's go ahead. What steps or what kind of empowerment should a spouse, either male or female, give to their spouses in homes?
Lansi, I think before tukaribu kuma steps inanipe mpa kuti 10 first tipwanye empowerment. Tikakamba empowerment. Pachizungu bayikamba. Nanga ini mzani uzabwanje kuti nimvele. And which areas are we talking about tikakamba empowerment? So when you are talking about empowerment, niuze nimvele kuti empowerment ni chani? Because I think it's powers which are given to somebody by somebody who is in authority. Manja niuze nikono kuti nimvesese kuti ine as and I also want us to also get to the point where we can talk about who is a spouse at this point. So let's come by empowerment. Let's break it more to that level.
Okay. Like I was trying to explain now, Namonga, empowerment for someone to empower another person. It means we come position in advantages, and the other partner had disadvantages. So either you want to be on the same level, or either you actually upgrade, moving to an upgrade. It could be education, capital business, or my life skills. But muntu omulesta empower munzake alina mpamvu either yomuvomereza or kumulesa. And this mpamvu comes in, it could be in a voice or my finances or support yamnayenekera kupasa kuli uja munzake, whether ni mwamuna or ni mukazi, kuti baendele pamozi in life. So ni vintu vene stay improve life ya muntu. Kapena ni kuverenga, ni kugulisa, vintu vane muntu senze kuziva kutanga chite, wamutandizira, wamupangira platform. So hii platform waiza ndio ulinayo drama, wampasa, wamba kumulipira, kapena ni kuskulu, or wampasa drama, wamba kuchitai business, or wampasa certain position, yako ati, you've been, maybe it's just a housewife. So zakusakira nchito uyambe kusebenza muri aya areas so that umwe wako usankale chabde uli static. So nono monga empowerment comes to improve one's life. Kukuchosa palevo pamine unga nkale, kukuleta ko palevo penango pali bwino. Ingangale ni mu business, ulo kapena ni mu dalama, o kapena ni school.
Okay. At mu business, ku school, drama, Nanzelu.
Yeah.
Okay. Manje, Kaya, inakuganiza kwanga. Is it really in order to empower your spouse? Is it acceptable? Maybe tupaking yako. Lansi uziwakamba funza. Uziwakamba bwa ati Waringani kewezo funza. Kabweze kufutika mbele. That's not your question. Karibu wafika. Is it in order?
Okay, funsoezepo kapena ndemanga ite nstaponyapo nakutanjere spouse si girlfriend yai.
Yeah.
O kapena spouse si muntu wakutanje karibo uza na mankani ama I do. Spouse ni muntu wakutanjere everything has been recognized either by the law, statutory, or kapena customary law to say aba banamverana then evidence ya marriage ilipo. So therefore there is a male spouse or a female spouse in existing in this house. So manje ngataka mankani ya empowerment kutinje okay, empowering a spouse. What kind of empowerment are we talking about hapa? Kodi ninkanya kutanjire kumpasa ndalama kutiyamba business o kapena munga mwe himba kambira kuti o mwe anti Ruth akambira kuti enda ku skulu o kapena ninkanya kuti yo empowerment I think kazipika chabe pa nyumba nayo chani empowerment.
Okay, okay, sivuta olomamuna angapike pa nyumba angangala pika. So it's, you can never tipisha empower kambo pika. So it's just
all right, Ruth, good evening. Welcome to Ubuntu. Edith, are you able to get this?
Her mic is off.
I think we're having internet challenges with her. Anyway,
okay.
Let's get to continue with the program. So I don't know, Himba, if Aunt Ruth in responding has exhausted your question before we get to the steps on what should qualify or quantify a person empowering a spouse. Like, what are we supposed to look for? What should make me empower my wife? Why should I empower my wife? What am I supposed to look for? Or what it is what?
Lansu sasta mangira. Lansu sasta mangira. Ufunza mafunzo ya mbili. But yet taking a step by step. Slowly but sure. Usasta mangira. Slowly hapa. Sanyengererani.
Okay.
Kazifunza funzo. Kazileta point one by one, Lance. Point. I'm sure Edith now is ready to join us. Lance, over to you.
Edith, good evening. Kindly unmute yourself if you're able to get us. Edith, are you able to get us? Kindly unmute yourself, unmute the mic. All right, we still seem to be having challenges with Edith. Sometimes it might not be due to unlocking of the mic, but here is a simple instruction to our viewers. In case you want to join us into the studio, as you click on that link, if you are joining for the first time, as you click on that link, okapena pemutinika pali link ya meneta sharinga imwe vochita mukatinikapo ezakola ekuletere ni option yokamba kuti allow mic na camera to be on. Allow mic na camera to be on. Kindly click on that. Otinikamponi pajapeya kambati iuze ni camera na mic kale on. Tinikamponi paja so that both microphone yanu na camera yanu inkale on, so that pemuti joina mu studio imwe microphone camera vonse vili on. As you join us into the studio, kuri yo link ya mineta sharinga, vomerani o ivomereseni audio na camera vonse vivomereseni vikale on, then we'll be able to hear or listen to one another loud and clear. So we have shared with you the studio link. Kindly join us into the studio, be part of the program, and share with us. O kapena bwera ni open discussion hii. Kulibewe alina experience pano iya. Ni open discussion, wonse tufuna tipunzire, o kapena wonse tufuna tipunzisane, pali nkani ya mineti kambapo iyi, ni nkani ya bwino ya kisachire, kuchita empower spouse wako, o kapena mwamuna wako, o mkazi wako. Ndiye ya mene tikambapo. Kuchita empower, kaya mchinyanja empower ni chani. I'm trying to look for empowerment in Nyanja.
No, at least what you Zabaruthi, we've already defined that in Nyanja. But now we are saying, personally, empowerment, it's important in one's life. You know, now here, wakambako kankani kangono at spouse. Okay, taika ya topic ikamba spouse. So are we saying girlfriend and boyfriend, it's a no? If you're just dating, it's a no. What are we saying? Because I mean, that's your woman as well. That's your man. So why can't you empower?
You could be where to recognize you. Anyway, Auntie Ruth, sorry, nakungenerani, but isiani yankin.
Okay, thank you very much.
So girlfriend na boyfriend palibe chisonyezo o palibe chechilangiza kuti njere aba balina future pamozi, because girlfriend na boyfriend ni kusobera chabe kwa kutira nje usakira kodi uyu ndiye mukazi wamene nzanga naye o kodi uyu ndiye mwamuna wamene azanisungira banja. Okay, you are not sure, you are just trying it out. So boyfriend na girlfriend, you see spouse here. That's why tumakambati ndiye first level ya relationship. Apo mwayamba kusowera kwanu kwa kuufana kwanu mwayamba kusowera. Then ngati mwankala serious ndiye paja petuma kama tumashita upgrade yo, can you be my wife in kanya engagement. Nayo engagement futi sichisonyezo kuti njere ni mkazi wangu na wangu. Nayo eyo ni phase ya kutanjere courtship. Since itachoka pali girlfriend na boyfriend kemanje tizivane in details. Kodi banja yako ichoka kuti mutundu wao ni wa bwanji pamene babiri vamo ni va bwanji. Naife ni so ine chechi yanga ni kwaso. So since Bible kamba kuti iwo zaka nikonka kuchechi ungaiti chechi yako konke ine nge paper linkani ya courtship. So that is not spouse. Nkani ya spouse ibwera after mankani ya kuti I do then
nafunza che ndava nimamvya nilipirira girlfriend ku school, nilipirira maboy ku school, nafunza chati nkale clear. Because personally supporting a girlfriend or a boyfriend or empowering, therefore kupunzisa mwamuna, kupunzisa boyfriend wako, to me, do it at your own risk. Yeah, I mean, we are still searching. So, and again, so you do it at your own risk. What comes after that, ni vako hivyo. It's up to you. Because you may wampunzisa girlfriend bwino after wampunzisa, and sometimes kwa mene kuja kusuluke wamtuma aindopeza na wamuna wenangu asiriza che yo ambo sakira ntambo manje kwendo zimangirira, you know. So do it at your own risk. Wapunzisa mwamuna, you send a man who happened to be your boyfriend. I'm differentiating here between a spouse and a boyfriend. Apparently you decide to educate this man, probably you get a job earlier than them, and then you decide to send them to school, or you want to invest. For me, I think it's a no to invest in a boyfriend. And even when this man leaves you, don't come on social media kulemba banani siya ninamupanga. Do it at your own risk. Fyaku ivwaira mali bwa ulilombelayo. Do it at your own risk. But to tell you the truth, it's very dangerous. It's a risk. So do it at your own risk to empower a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Over to you, Ruth.
Okay, except that chalo chaipa, okay. Chaipa becomes so evil that it's very difficult. Even when you want to do the right thing, you want to withhold yourself. Because apatikamba pa spouses, but you find that kulima spouses venango venetkamba what you can empower the other spouse, they can't agree with it. You've got some disappointments in their relationship, just as husband and wife. Husband supports the wife. She goes to school, but degrees. And then they don't drive, that kind of a thing. And the wife leaves the man. We've had such cases in the compound, in the community, and in many other places we have heard of such things happening. But I feel, as bad as the world may be, people should not stop doing the right things. As a husband and wife, not to dwell on other people's experiences, because ungazipe that I think my neighbor since vanavatawa vakazi vavo after vavapunzisa vanakumana na one class sininga vapunzise ine vakazi vanga vazamba kupyanga cheso chepayati ungazipaiweka, because people are different and people change, so you wouldn't know future ni mulungu amene ali nayo. What we are supposed to do when two people are in love, I feel true love does not withhold anything good. People can do anything when they love. You love your husband, all over Kambe Bwanj, family. You just go and I say, me, I love this man. And you're not going to withhold any empowerment that you would want to give, either to that man or to the woman.
Love. Okay. Ladies, hold your fire. Let me get to welcome CJ. At least apatikane gender balanced hapa. Kozi. Choneka. I was under fire. CJ, good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, Lance. Good evening, Himba. Evening, Ruth. Good evening, viewers.
Good evening, CJ.
All right. Now, Himba, let's make some progress. Let's get to look at what quantifies or maybe qualifies a spouse to get empowerment from the other spouse. And Ruth, what should qualify either a man to empower a woman in a marriage or a woman to empower a man in a marriage? Kodi ninkanya kutranje maybe tankala mchikwati 10 years apa manje ningakusakilile ka capital o ninkanya kutranje no, I trust you man habi keka aja ka first 6 months after I do ka first 6 months iwe nikusakilira salon iwe nikusakilira baba shop. What qualifies empowerment for the spouse?
I feel bantu baviri bakti bafike pa time yako watu bakwatirane nishi, they've been through a lot, they've looked at each other's strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes maybe bali bayanganira mamne bangasebenzere bwino pamozi when they get married. So time does not qualify ati weka nomkwatirane for this period. Ndepende mungambe kuganiza vama empowerment. It depends na ma plan chabe ameneja couple ili nayo. If they get married and they feel like I think let's engage into this business, or not kankako chabe 6 months iwobwereremo ku school because of all that. I feel time should not, it's not a limiting factor, but the resources and the plans that that couple has is what determines to empower the other spouse.
Sometimes time Ruth nika security wing yako.
Inenona monga chalo chilibe na security, no matter how secure you may be. I don't know what's happening, napita maningi betray, but chalo chilibe security.
So Ruth, munafika paja pa point out that bora love kills.
Not really. But because even with our own children, we sponsor them, we do all that we can. But later on, strangers. So that's what I mean when I say things can just change. And time cannot be a determining factor. That's the defense that I can give. So you can be married maybe for 20 years or so, and you think that can be a determining factor. No. So I feel that cannot be a determining factor, but a person's heart is what matters in this kind of relationship and in having effective empowerment. Because since it's a family, you have to look at it nangangatine nafa. And then I'm the only one who's working. If it's a man, what if you die? What will happen? You as a man, empower how your wife shall live after your life. And the wife also should know how the husband will live after you are gone, because nobody knows except we don't like to plan for such things, but those are some of the things that we should plan for.
Okay. Himba, before I come to you, let's get a male perspective. CJ, I know you
The
and
difficult
I.
gender.
No. It's females that are difficult because first of all they are complicated and don't understand what they want. But anyway, CJ, let's get from a man's perspective. Do you think time should be a deciding factor on whether a man or a woman in a marriage should start or should think of empowering a spouse?
Yeah. So okay, from the definition, yeah, spouse. Oxford but spouse is either wife or husband. Okay, and like munga is a minute Christian nation and titikonka Christo vikwati tufunka kuvitenga serious. So you find you do not just jump into marriage anyhow. It's something that you are supposed to do with serious consideration. That's why I'm from Peter through to my process to anyone's makamba to courtship pusha ni so ija yonse ija period ija ifunka ikupangani so that mukangena marriage manje myambe ku building ana because mufunka mukula and you need to be developing. So ngati mukondana che genuinely so mulava anache nkanya empowerment yo, it's not even an issue. It will just happen naturally because muziva to know you need to grow together and you need to do things together. So mzako pene awana katasalira pushing so that as the bwanje akweleko na yeye. So yeah, basically and even ngakambe for a start.
Okay, Himba, I want you to come in this direction. Like CJ has put it, and the way we say Dr. Angele, before marriage, to my process to jatweti pita mo ka boyfriend, girlfriend, courtship, paras nja, when ma compare ma frizit, tietche mpaka tikosesane pamos. Now, you get married and you become husband and wife. Then muri kaja ka process kanu kokwatirana ka courtship shanshani kulibe pali imwe babiri either husband or wife wenzo olangisako tuma ambitions tuchototrancha ine ka empowerment keni ngafuneko maybe ka business yo ngafuneko ka shanshani na shani. Should you force your husband or wife by empowering them in something they never showed interest into? Himba.
Nancy, Nkani iko sensitive ka? Nkani ya empowerment. Before I come to your question or before I respond to you, one thing we have to bear in our minds is that when you're talking about kushta empower your spouse, it's something very, very serious, very serious. And when you want to empower somebody, especially your partner or your spouse, you have to be careful. You first have to think about yourself first. Is it something I really want to do? Yeah. And even the person who's being empowered, you have to formula, do I really want to be empowered by my spouse? Because literally, if you empower this person, at the end of the day, you even when I was out telling a slave, ninakutumiza skulu, ninakushitachani, you dance to my tune. When they want you to take you under people court government, after all, you know, you really have to think twice. There are consequences in empowering, and there are also benefits, which I'm sure we are coming to that later. But now, if to empower somebody, you can never empower umuntu vesa afona. And when you are marrying, it's a no empowerment at that level. It's a no when you're boyfriend and girlfriend. Literally, you have to understand your partner. You have to get to know them. What do they want? If in actually, personally, this is my personal views. I believe, sorry, this is my personal opinion. If you are looking for a partner who is educated, who worked and empowered, I think olwachoka kuli bamayi bake ankaleko na kalevu ka empowerment not abwera na zero afuna abwera yambire mukwate for me Let me give a practical example. There's no way somebody achoka kuli bamayi bake na batate bake sibana mupunzi so punzila. This person has never been to school. Then they come into marriage bafuna bamwenda ku school. I think for me it's a no. It's better wampa sako foundation kwe achoka. Ine nibwe wachita top up. You know, because if I'm just going to top up, it's not my responsibility to empower you as I'm doing it because I love you and I'm doing it for the benefit of the family. But kunkaleko ka foundation. So even when I want to empower or to be empowered in business, when inachoka nifuna nizochitako ka business. You know, nizogulisa tukandolo, nizogulisa tumalasha, then my husband is going to top up or maybe ntumizeko kuma school kwa na business management na not wanani tenga nini maybe nsema we yana absence haja parliament bajana kambatu banakupeza uliche ndui then waburatie ukachite chikanda nizachita bwanje. I've got no idea. So when you are dating, get to know the kind of a person you want to marry and what their interests are. Because if you are going to force an empowerment on them, you regret. You are going to waste your money. Inepano mbwere munika ati himba tiyo kankale sports woman nifuna nukuchite empower. Nika libe no tamanga mugemu janzati yoka. Oh, nzambo kamba done for seeing. You know, you look at all those things. So for me, you can't empower somebody in something they never talked about it. They never mentioned. Actually, you are imposing something which becomes, I think, also an abuse. Because when they refuse, you start calling them names. There's of no punzis and there's of no business unakana. It also becomes verbal abuse. So you have to be careful how you are going to empower your spouse. But afu nikachoka kuli bambuye bako bamayi bake. Olo mwamuna afu nika ina foundation. Not mwamuna alibe starter afuna starter yambile pali ini sindine capital sorry Baruthi kaya CJ that's my
manje ninje kapena ni mu courtship or mu relationship ya mwenzo shimika vitani first.
Thank you. John 14 verse 15.
By the time munge na mu marriage simziwa direction yeah, yo tangiza na kuti need. Iloko tricky here. Because probably
come in CJ.
Yeah, some of those things you get to discuss them as you are getting to know each other, as you are courting. Muma stako discuss some. You often no stuff in my life. Nifuno nkara so.
Nifuno bala chengo.
Ngati simukamba baso mukati bokwatira mukamba bichana.
Nifuno bala cheba na ine. Ndiye empowerment nifuno.
Yeah. So
Baruthi.
Okay. My take on that one, we are discussing husband and wife. Probably. And sometimes maybe you know, where you just impregnate this one, then because of the foundation, status is into so then sometimes people have this hidden potential in them. I'm talking about hidden potential. And we are looking at school and the family says now is the name and all that and and as we are talking, they're in the home. So kulibati hawe stay in power. They are there. Na vanevenzo kamba tuweze kuzivika mushe, but they are there. They are married today, wherever they are. I feel it's important that a partner should cultivate the hidden potential that is in a partner, in another spouse.
Because thank you so much, Auntie Ruth. Let me cut you short a little bit. Let's get to recognize people that have joined us on the platform. Abia, good evening and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Nancy, and good evening to the panelists today.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you being a part of. Womu Kerebai, good evening. How are you doing today?
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you.
Okay, great. So, Auntie Ruth, sorry, I had to cut you short. I want you to respond to this one, or I want you to start in this way. Munga mwembira kutanjere bantu amatera discover talent ya muntu after wakwatirana. And let me bring in this scenario. Yakutanjere ni jankana kuta okay. Pepa jape mukali mu boyfriend na girlfriend then mwakoma peskati yayi winangu adamage winangu then pepa jachikwati chayamba ukabe noziwa kuti njo talent ya mzako ni ya bwanji unga muchite empower bwanji so damage yachitika then 1 year or 2 years in that damaged marriage wapata discover kuti whether mkazi wako o mwamuna wako ana talent yaso. Should a spouse take responsibility in that situation to empower the other person?
My answer to that one is a yes. And in the sense that a spouse, and where you feel the other one is lagging behind, the other one that has the strength and the support, they should build one another. Because you feel like when I need to tell you, it will be for your own good or for the good of the family or for the good of your children and even for the good of that particular individual. Now you as a person just to empower someone. It feels good to become someone, even if millions, but you feel good that you. And
so no profit.
In life, we are not all business people. Some people will just do things without any profit and will continue going into losses. But that shouldn't stop someone to be a good person.
So,
please.
Okay, so like marriage is business, okay? And marriage,
what do you mean?
Marriage, it's a lifetime thing, okay? And mufunika mukondana, but challenge will be there that you are suspicious of your friend because it means you don't have the same footing. But under normal circumstances, all things being equal, viliche normal, mufunika you are mutandizana, mzako penally down, you raise them up, you empower them, you help them to be a better person, okay? Unlike umutamba chabe because nishi marriage yanapo karapena yenda kuti the two shall become one.
Okay.
Meaning
okay.
to improve each other.
CJ,
yes.
hold your horse there. Let's also get to accommodate our two new guests as since they've just joined us. Let's get to see if they can also have a say on the current question. So, let me start with Abia. Abia, situation yamene yakutanjere damage then watadiscover muri mchikwati kuti mkazi wako alina talent yaso. Can you empower you?
Yeah, before I give answer to that question, the thing is when you want to empower someone, you yourself, are you empowered? Before you have that strength of empowering someone, you yourself, are you empowered first? Because a lot of men, they rush into empowering their spouses, and later on, they forget themselves. This is a situation where you find that you have empowered your spouse to be a teacher, to be a doctor, or to be a businesswoman, and she has also grown that business into a certain level where she now gains money better than you. There, she becomes the head of the house because now she's doing something bigger than you. So the first of all is you empower yourself first before you empower someone. There, at the end, you will not get a love as your friend, or you will not get a love to be a necktie. What I mean is that you will not hang yourself just because you have been supported. This is what I mean. So first of all, empower yourself first. When you have a strength, then empower your spouse. Then come to your question to say you have damaged this girl, now she is your wife, and then you discover the talent to say, no, she has this talent, I need to empower this woman. Okay. Is it you who would have decided on her behalf to say you have to empower her, or she needs empowerment? There, if she needs empowerment, yes, then look at her. The empowerment you want to give to her, is she going to manage? If the answer is yes, go ahead and empower her. But if the answer is no, then take the coin to the other side, so that at the end, you are not being disappointed man. This is where I will end here to give a chance to other panelists there. Thank you so much.
Mungaliboenda na ife bakazi timachita empower bamuna. Timami tumani ku school musazisha ina from machita che empower mweka na ife timami tumani. Bomukeleba, what is your reaction to that?
Before I came in, let me just say, when I have said to say, you yourself, you want to empower someone, are you empowered? It means I have added, including you women. That's the answer.
Good evening once more.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening, Mumkeleba.
Good evening. Thank you. It's good. It's a good topic, but it will take time for us Zambians to be able to understand and be able to help our significant others as we have realized their potential without an element of jealousy. Even when you are married in a matrimonial home, we see and we can hear from even the talks when people are fighting. I did this to you, you did nothing to me. We can tell from those words that where is the love, the so-called proclaimed love? Nsaka kugulila mwezi pakati pa chitenje. Where are those promissory notes? All you needed was just to get in the pants. And then once you are done, that's it. But seriously, to get on a serious note, as a couple, people need to understand one thing. When you come together, you know, it's a business, serious business, where you have to discuss about your future. It's not just because Mamuna Wanga have sevens that then I'll be a housewife. You also have to bring something to the table. And if you don't have the potential, then you can actually either find out from your partner whether she has the capacity to help or he has the capacity to help. I'm using the word whether she or he, because you don't know.
Wamkeleba, just there. She has to bring something to the table.
Not
correct.
She alone. Both have to bring something to the table. And this element of no.
So Wamkeleba, we both have to bring something to the table. So
Exactly.
you also talk about, I'll allow you to go off topic. You also talk about house chores. As I'm supposed to bring finance, also mention something about house chores as well.
Yes.
I'll allow you to go off the topic. Because tienda once again no itan drama. Nakupianga tienti piange one.
Why not? What is wrong? What is wrong? The only problem that we have is that we have our custom our customary, the so-called unwritten rules or norms, because we never wrote these. We just hear them from our elderly, where they categorize us. They put me as a man in a living room with a remote control today, and my wife in a kitchen with a cooking stick in her hand. That's not okay. When you love someone, when you love each other, you need to help one another. It doesn't matter whether you have to pipa mwana, you have to change diapers. You have to do it. It's your child, after all. Whether you have to pull the wagon on the street, you have to do it. That is what you call ichitemwiko. Now, in our culture, what do you do? What do we hear people say when we see a man ale pushing a baby troll or ale chinja abana matevela? Exactly. Why is that? Why do we have to believe? Why do we have to put such kind of mind? If we can only change that mindset, and I promise you, what we are talking about right now will be okay. There won't be any element of jealousy. That's why we want to kill each other when we either divorce or separate. We call each other enemies, public enemies, number one. We don't even become friends. You are supposed to be friends. We are human beings. When you don't agree on
Okay,
certain
thank you so
principles,
much, From
you move on.
So
I just brought that just for, to also understand, as much as we want to bring women to the women to a 50-50 situation where we all bring something to the table. Let's not forget kuti vanzatu ava munganyamuke vonse vaviri mwaenda kunchito. When you come back, iwozayimirira ku kitchen, omwezi mwaenda ku shop. Eva akabwera ambo verenga newspaper, ambo tamba ma channels TV. Olo vana vafunika homework azakulipira paka usikize. So I just want, like, as we are saying, we need to bring something to the table. Now my house closed. CJ, come in. My house.
Himba.
Hold your thought, guys. We have.
Let me contrast things a bit. I painted a picture of, for example, our culture being that the wife is in the kitchen and the man is in the sitting room with the remote.
We want to see on camera.
Original, it wasn't like that. The man would either be in the field or in the bush hunting. But because of these changing times and people wanting to change things according to Mene, we have all these things. But in a normal family, okay, where okay, you find some of these things when just that, for the sake of like culture, brings up certain things to avoid the confusion. Not in bunkana. But with modernization,
Okay, let's hold our thought. Hold. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, with the African culture and modernization, there's been a thing of fusing the two so that there's harmony. Okay, that's why the old picture was the wife or the woman will be cooking, the man will be in the field. With modernization, a lot of things have come in. We've also had things with equal rights and whatever. So we find whereby now you bridge the gap where you don't have one person being stuck in the kitchen and the other one being stuck in the field. Because these days maros yachinja. You find it's the wife who's got a job, who's working and everything, and the husband doesn't have a job. Okay, so what happens in such kind of a thing? And then
exactly, just to add on that one, CJ, you are right. Things, we move with time. A long time ago, during our culture, our forefathers' time, men were busy doing activities, going to hunt for money or going for hunting, you know. And today, things have changed. Both men and women, they go for work. We go to school, we send our women to school, our children, girl child, and they go and learn. And then they are back and start being productive in society, whether we are bringing money and stuff. Do you expect them to be in the kitchen, honestly, when they are bringing something to the table? When they are working and bringing salary that would empower the whole family together? No. So things change with time. We evolve with time. Filefya kwikala muri iliya system ya kale. Ifintu tafile bomba. Your wife, she's so tired. Coming from work, you want her to start attending to the children. At the same time, you want her to cook for you. And when she does not, you start complaining that you are doing some you are being disrespectful. Then that's
You are
been unfair.
lazy.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wanted the men to clarify on that, and I wanted Womkeleba to be on camera to clarify that while he's talking, because he's the one who brought up that issue. Now, before we go any further, allow me to recognize the presence of Lawrence in our studio. Lawrence, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Imba. Nice to see you and everybody on the panel, and also good evening to the viewers.
We would love to see you as well, and we are happy to be with you. Okay, our topic of discussion this evening is empowering your spouse. I had allowed it deliberately that we go a bit of offline because there was a point I think we needed to clarify, which was very important, which was brought up by Bomukerebai. I really wanted that when we go home, Bomukerebai wasakane nkakambati piangani, wasakane nkakambati pikani. I wanted him to know that since actually in the past, Siege, I also want to react that in the past, when the men would go and come back home, the women were not allowed to bring any financial, they were not bringing any financial support in the house, in the duty of Mwamuna. So it was literally very good division of labor. Manja nowadays, bamuna bameni azankara then after nikasebenze nikabwe nimletele. Okay, that is a topic for another day. Back to our topic, empowering our spouses. Our viewers, you are welcome to join us in the studio, or you can pass a comment. We want to understand, we want to share different experiences, different situation we've been through. As we are talking about empowering our spouses, panelist muzibe ba mukumbuke ati bantu bamazipaya tanatuma mwamuna ku school benangu atanabatuma ku states bamuna sibana bwerere mwe banaendera. There are such situations. Somebody ati banatenga natisiza kwebaliri. So as much as we are talking about, let us be mindful of those. Benangu bakazi bachizungu bambokamba na meno. No, you are not at my level. You are not the man I've been looking for. We've read a lot of stories. Oh, he supported me. I'm feeling pity to leave him. After Wamudira Mwana Wabe in drama. When we married, you were still young. I want also to look at all those things we are having in society. But Lawrence, what is your reaction? Is it good to empower your spouse? And what are the benefits?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Himba, for the opportunity. And I think it's very important to state that when everybody in the family is empowered, it makes everything easier for everybody. A situation whereby everyone is doing something actually keeps everybody busy first and foremost. I'll talk about this not on a financial basis, but on a social basis, where everybody is busy and they are doing something, making progress in their lives. In that way, people will not have time to start looking for issues to sort out, to start looking for problems with each other, to start looking for things that are not there. In most cases, from what I've read, a research that I've read from somewhere, it suggests that mostly women who snoop around their husbands' phones looking for girlfriends and all that are those that are actually always at home and have nothing to do. So socially speaking,
Point of correction, Rollins. Spouses n'abamuna baliko beamayo mumafoni y'abakazi. So spouses. Go ahead.
All right, I'll put it like that. Okay, but the research I'm talking about was talking about women. But if we are going to generalize it and say spouses, well and good. So spouses will be busy. I will not have time to go for work, come back from work, and start looking for my wife's phone to come and see who was calling her, where she has been, and all that, because everybody is busy in that kind of a home. So socially speaking, when everybody is empowered and is busy, it keeps minds off petty things and makes people to concentrate on the bigger picture. And like when there is free time, so much time to sit around. Economically, in this time and era, I think every man out there, I'm sorry to use this phrase, but there is a point behind it. Someone says it is no longer something acceptable where a woman only brings the thighs and the breasts. That's in the angry lion. That is a statement that someone used to say at least someone should, even if someone is not working, at least they should come with a mind that can help the family to prosper. They should come with some potential that even if they come into the marriage, someone should just create a spark and everything starts moving for them. That is the kind of a situation that we are in right now. We are no longer those hunters in the past where, like CJ has put it, people go to the farms, whatever, the woman is just there cleaning at home. This time around, people are in Nsaka, and it's not easy to push life on one salary. It's no longer easy. It's no longer feasible to survive. One person is working, going to look for money. The other one is just home waiting for the other one to bring. It doesn't work out like that. It no longer does work out like that. I'll speak for myself, where I would say I got married to my wife, who is not working, and currently she's in school. I'm doing that because I see it is for the betterment of the whole family, not only her, but the whole family. I'm making sure that she's going to school. I'm making sure that I give her all the necessary support, that she goes to school and completes whatever she's studying. So
that's wrong.
The family.
Lawrence, there's a reaction here.
Lawrence,
go ahead, please.
When you start singling yourself out, and that becomes an issue already, you should simply say we, because she agreed to not to look for a job, but to decide to go and further her education, so for the benefit of the family tomorrow. So we is the best word to use, not I. That was my point of correction. As a family,
thank you so much, Mkeleva.
Thank you so much for that. Much appreciated. Yeah, and I agree with you. Actually, we talked about some of these things, and the last time we spoke about this, we were actually discussing how much we are going to, how far she's supposed to. We are going to make sure she goes with her education. We are kind of putting a cater. So, okay, let's reach you up to this stage, because I also have a plan. I want to go up to this stage. So we are pushing in those lines. At the end of the day, it's for the benefit of the family. Now, problems come in mostly when people break up. That is when now you start hearing, no, I did this for her, I did that for her, I did this and that, it's me who did that, I paid for this, in those kind of a line. And that is the fear that most people have. I, for one, a lot of people I hang out with would come and tell me, Iwe, you mean you have allowed your wife to go to school?
Lawrence, thank you so much. What is your thoughts? Ruthie, come in. Vale, Pusha, you mean you've allowed your wife, your spouse, to go to school? Vale, Pusha,
I feel that is very much okay, and I'm in support of it. It does not matter what we do to people. Ngafikapo nishi fikapo afi. Whether mwali batwala ku school na kutamwa batwala. Angu munapeza na bonse nishi ndimo mopunzira ngafikapo one day nishifikapo. So I feel doing the right thing at the right moment, it's very important. If you're in a position where you are supporting, you are empowering this spouse, it's okay to empower. Even though people will come in with negative energy and others will give you my experiences. Yeah, I mean, life is different. Sembetima konga my experience, yabantu, sembe certain things is TV cheater. But we keep trying, doing certain things, feeling like, I think my life is different from yours. Iwe ngati vinakufera hivi, vinakuferuka, I think I will try so that I should have my own story. So I feel each one of us, we have our own stories to tell. And by empowering the spouse, you don't have to take that energy to spouse as if they're empowering the same spouse. It's a different person. So I'm okay, and I feel it is good and important. It's a preparation when a spouse is being empowered, so that my family is very much thick and vambi. You are in position to empower someone who has a disability, and imagine you never empowered your spouse. How will you be helped? So it's very important that a spouse should be empowered in case kwanja kwinango kwalika kusevenza, kwinango kuza sevenza. Whatever the case, even better because you achieve bigger things. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Ab, what is your reaction?
Yeah, let me start by saying there is nothing wrong to empower your spouse, and actually it is the right thing to do. But when we are empowering our spouses, let's not forget ourselves. You know, other people, you have heard stories that, wanatenga rope huku, no tandu satai, wazihanginga mumwamba. Yeah, wanatenga dumu huku, wanatanga kwa kola. They get target to say Miss Fanta. It's because of that maturity. It wasn't there at the beginning. When you are sponsoring or you are empowering your spouse, take that is an help that you are giving to your spouse, and never respect it to say my spouse has to return back this. No, take it as a charity. You are helping someone in which you are expecting nothing to be returned. But the actual key there is don't forget yourself. You, the empowered, you are empowering. Don't forget yourself. When you forget yourself, yes, don't forget yourself. When you forget yourself, I'm telling you, you will take too much Coca-Cola. You will take a rope as a nectar. That's a problem. So don't forget yourself. So that when he or she changes his or her mind, you are better off. Say, okay, but now makula maji mnandalaba mna salary. Kazi songeni kansi. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do not be devastated. In fact, if there is a good advantage of it is that when in the family there is children, your children were going to enjoy that money. You have sponsored that house, your children will enjoy that money. A mother or father cannot forget him or her children. See that? So we people, we used to empower our spouses. Let's not forget ourselves. That's my point.
Thank you so much. Our viewers, please, you can come into the studio if you have any contribution, or if you can't come into our studio through our link which we've shared, please, you can write a message, you can send your comment, we'll be able to read it. And if there's any situation you would want us to talk about here on Pansaka Ubuntu channel, please be able to share that situation. I think we'll be able to talk about it and see how we can help each other. But would love to hear from our viewers out there. What do they think about empowering your spouse to build your wife? Empowering, it's in many ways to me. You can empower your wife mentally, socially, financially, physically. Your partner. Actually, when you empower your partner or your wife, sometimes you even empower their appearance. Bakambosebenza bambochita bwana kavalidwe kachinja baba shop bamboenda kwebesba ikamira, there's like a standard, but definitely for you to reach that standard it has to start with your maturity first. Steve kuna bantu ati barita empower muntu anaenda kwa America beve munsi bazipaya. And coming to that, my question is, panelists, is there a level where somebody should go or should reach when empowering? Or when kuchita empower, just empower as long as you want? CJ, over to you. Is there a limit?
Okay. In terms of saying, is there a limit? I don't think under normal circumstances there is a limit. Okay, because usually when you're doing things, you're doing them out of love. Okay, and when you're doing things out of love, sometimes love is blind. You go all out to make sure that a person is in a better position. So in that case, there is no limit. Malimit yangankareko, if ungatwista suspect mzako ulina ma reservations, then now that's where now you might start looking at limitations. But from
CJ, sorry to come in. Look at this situation. That is there a limit? Iwe, you've never ukwela pondeke or kuenda kuindola. You've never been on a plane. You decide to send your spouse abroad. You already been a qualification from abroad. So, okay, ni love ya muti. But then look at this situation, honestly. You decide something. Yeah.
But why are you sending your friend abroad first? You've heard, for example, Abia has said, don't forget yourself. Okay? Not where by scale, not tilting kuli one person. No. Okay? You need to be moving together. Iwe kuli contribution yako na hivyo kuli contribution yake. If pamena uliliwe parevo yako, even if kusending out jamuntu nangu kutakwele ndeke ukalipo kwela ndeke, it's manageable, and now you still continue in your track. Now uzazi building uzakwela ndeke as you are going on, there's no problem. But if it's a situation whereby you ndeke si onekako na musite, you are literally putting your neck on the chopping board.
You can alone. You even get a loan to buy the air ticket or to pay kuzika so kuzibi or kuyunza wendo mtengela alone.
But usually pamine wama stuff into verso, you find the person has got confidence and trust in the other person that uzakankara bueno. Then inazani donsako kaidi maybe opportunity ya mbira first kuli heavy. So zakankara bueno na inazabu astabwanji and it don't say. So you find they do that. But a human being is a person, it's not a straight line graph. Maganizidwe ya machinja upeza ndalama zikangena wena ngoma wama na mzira vibanda ati no vibanda minoni eve chabe ndalama za mkulisa moto. So such kind of things. So yeah, life is not a straight line graph.
Okay, thank you so much, CJ. Production team, please share if there are any messages, please keep on sharing them on the screen. We'll be picking those we can react to and those we can't react to. CJ, will you please read the comments for me?
Okay, so this one from Caroline, it says, I came in late. I wish this topic can continue next week. Very interesting.
Okay.
Percy says, enjoying the program. I think these others are greetings. I think they'll be scrolling as we go on.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we are talking about having a limit. Our viewers, you're welcome to join us in the studio. Kelebai, what message do you have to the family, or what would be your reaction to the family? Varuthi, vanatuma vamuna wao ku skulu. Sister wanditali nomo. Takali I think kamukali fumamo. Kuti wati momo ameko skulu. Kuti wati ampira mwayo ku business. Kelebai, what is your reaction?
That's ignorance. Those people who try to negate, especially family members who are busy negating the husband or the wife supporting their spouse, and then they get wind of that information. To me, they are just jealous and they are ignorant. They don't know what they're doing, because as a couple, foundation matters. And as a couple, we don't just go in a bedroom and create children. People talk, and you start from talking, and you start listening to each other's dreams from the word go, from the time you are courting until the time you get engaged and you are married, because you have something in common that you're looking forward to. And any assistance that you render to your partner, you know that it's for the benefit of you, yourself, and your children. Whether you are dead, divorced, or katuishu koko mukaya, you are gay, you will be okay. Your children will be safe. So it is imperative that couples, whatever they decide as a couple, not as well. There are certain people also in marriage that take advantage of their significant others, because they know the strength their significant others have, and they want to capitalize on that. That's why we even call them gold diggers. So we have to also be mindful. There are certain people that they would want to live beyond the means, to live beyond your capability, your capacity. And we have to be very mindful with such spouses. And that's why sometimes family members, when they see the attributes of a gold digger type of arrangement in their mlam, they will start talk. They will start talking, and you as the family member, of course, you have to understand. You have to listen and then investigate. But to be honest, if you are doing things out of love, please continue and do not expect something in. It's an investment. When you invest in your partner, your significant other, it is the benefits or the dividends will be great, and the children, especially the children, including the very sisters in-laws, brothers in-laws, who are busy yappy talking, they are the ones that are also going to benefit, because they'll be coming to visit and eat free lunch. So it is very important actually to let the couple decide, make decisions on their own as they wish to.
Thank you so much, Kelebai. CJ, you can come through, please.
For me, this is it's a question. What are the reasons why people don't want, or why one would not want to empower the friend. Okay, I think maybe we should also look at that. What are the reasons? Okay.
One. Okay, once Nsaka, each one of us should give 2 reasons. Nzamira, Ruth, 2 reasons, each one of us. Apera reasons, 20% reasons why spouse don't like empowering their spouses. Ruth, 2 reasons. 2.
The first reason, it could be past experiences.
Like you said yourself. Huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Then the second one, check other people's experiences, and you feel like anything kid. Those are the 2 reasons that I can give for now.
Vomverela vaniletelela ine. The 2 reasons.
Yeah. You see, this is interesting. 2 reasons that I can give.
Why people don't want to empower their spouses? 2 reasons.
Yeah. One, they don't like to empower their spouse. One, because of behavior.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, the month has come to an end. You have a salary. My wife, let's make a family budget. Okay, this is money for 600. My bank has 600 dirasira muri 1 week. Nanga 600 etunakamba iyo yaenda kuti no nagula mukachitenje nagula madaipa ya mwana. You see that, eh? This behavior is not tolerated in home. Okay, but I can't go to the 600 yandiyo. What more than 6,000? I don't put a basket about 500, 800.
Maja pamene hapo. Maja pia aenda gula ndrama ya groceries, aenda gula maskets, aenda gula. Nishi simu mpasa ipo za maskets, mu budget mukangala pamoja, simu mpasa kama keep kake.
That is why I have said behavior. Some women, they don't appreciate what they are being given. They want to say, Iko. It is my salary. Iko again. Why? That's number one. Yeah? It is my salary. I have also my mother and father. They are the village that come. They need my help. It's not only my wife here. No. It's not only my children here. No. I have some nieces there. Some nephews there. They need my help also. So when I say this 600 we have budgeted for a marriage, let it be. Don't divert it into diapers and skate. No. That behavior is not tolerated in the family. Then the second thing is this. They don't want to sponsor their spouses because they don't want to disappear on earth as faster as they can. If you know yourself that I'm not good in terms of say shocking stories I fail to deal with, please don't sponsor your spouses. You are going to get doomed as Panther. You are going to get a rope as a necktie. You see that? So these are the 2 reasons I can give. For
now. 2 reasons why people don't like to empower their spouses. Please.
Ubuchende.
Who?
That's one of the first thing. Ubuchende. Ubufi. When you lie and you are not faithful to your partner, you cannot, no matter how much money you make, you can never empower your significant other because because you have your mind is elsewhere. You want to go and sponsor or attract other side chicks or side, how do you call boys? Side cocks, I don't know. side
8
chicken,
p.m.
rooster,
8
side roosters, I
p.m.
don't know.
8 p.m. assistant to the madam.
Chicks.
Ubuchende makes people not to support or sponsor or rather help their significant others. The other thing is trust. Ubufi. I will put it trust and then inverted commas buhata. When you are a liar, you are a kelenka, you are a pathological liar. No matter how sweet you may sound to your significant other, okay? In your mind, you know that you are not honest. You are not telling your partner the truth. There's no way, no matter how your partner would cry for help, you only do it to save your face. But at the end, down deep your heart, you know that you are lying and you are going to, you are expecting something different from her. So, me, 2 reasons. Ubuchende nga bwalifula, especially mu Zambia, especially fufweva ometwalikiramo with this side chick syndrome. There's no way you can go and help omukashowe panganda, empower your own wife panganda with prospective positivity. Takuli. Because you spend most of your time entertaining leaflaps kumbali. 2, buhata, ubufi. We are kelenkas, pathological liars. The only time we know that we are lying is when our lips moves. Especially forever ome.
N'abaana kashoku baba bamukere bayini ko baba abaana
kasi oko baba, yes.
Kalaisa kuli imwe very humble, nicely. Imwe mwambono imba, I didn't know that behind that beauty there will rise a true color that will destroy
you are right, I agree.
Koko baba kaifafsi humble nga kasuba makeup so kwati awe but lekaka kuteshe game tubana kashi.
No problem. Ubufi baba nakashine bwali ba visible. I think you can tell. Mulavike ifisa lukunu makumonchati malikuwa tamata kwa ya kalamba. Amen. So you see powder, it's cracking, thinking somebody's pretty, can't see there's something behind. So we can tell. But for that's my joke of the day anyway.
Okay, right. What you thought? CJ, 2 reasons. I know this question came from you. I'm sure I also have 2 reasons.
Yeah, I would say the common reasons have been mentioned. Okay, the common reasons have been mentioned from what we've heard. Mostly, I would say like character plays an important role. Munaona mstadira mzako ngatona huyu kamshita empower zata wapa nyumba, you find as withhold the empowerment. Why need the empowerment azafunda? Because I've heard of men who say ine mkazi wanga simngamsie ashta business ninchikwasira nyumba yafunda, and they base that on mwene wanaonera character ya mzao mwenaji. So yeah, you find such things. Others maybe out of just selfishness, whereby muntu afuna ali controlling, okay, whereby the other person is always mumanja mwake, okay. So you find sazafuna the other person to really stand on their own, be independent and be able to bring things. Often once as start dictate so that kind of a thing. So I find if a person is selfish, okay, and self-centered in that kind of a way, sazasta empower mzaki kerafuna ndiye superstar munyumba ndiye mwine film
Chuck Norris ndiye mwine film.
And so there are such kind of people. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much, CJ. You know, there, as my fellow panelist has already alluded, Nivandidi, but all in all, it's very important to empower your spouse. But as you empower your spouse, know that you're doing it at your own risk. There are advantages, there are disadvantages. It's at your own risk because you don't know the outcome, but it's very beneficial. But there are also disadvantages. But
you are scaring people when you advise them like that.
No, sweetheart. No, what I'm saying is
it's an investment.
No, at your own risk, you are going to educate this woman. Tamvera kudala tuzatenga rope as your neck, your neck chain. Or uzatenga rope or necktie. You know, so that is at your own risk. Because that if either mkazi wanga or mwamuna wanga, it will take us for the better future, or it will take us where honey is, or this will lead to separation, grief, pain, and everything. Because when we've heard we are not speaking, and we've seen these things. Vanavaleta guys venze vavapasa drama and kulika vamboenda ko abroad vamboleta ko vabwera vachinja na language. Vamadam pe vanabwera chena ka certificate ka grade 12 vamuna mkazi wanga chitako sona so vaenda vaziva typewriter vaziva makompyuta na language yachinja nachi yakunjito ine. You know, it will just hate you. You'll be hurt and you'll be like, I wish had I known. You know, all those. So we have to empower each other. We love each other. We have to empower, and it's for the benefit of the family. But it's not very wanazipaya. Now, as we conclude, what do we think about men abatemwa ukusponsor ama girlfriend umukashipanga ndale chula? You know, go and empower a girlfriend. But girlfriend ba driver Raufo mkazi wapa nyumba aenda na mendo. Ba girlfriend bamaenda na Dubai kwenda oda vovala. Kapena bali na shopu bagulisa na vovala. Ba madamu olokandolo sibagulisa pa nyumba. You know, I'm going to circle this one. I'm going to be a little bit selfish because usually it happens to women. This is very common for women. When you look at this, the ATM, the assistant to madam, you look at the nails near bakwa ni sanjala zitali bapa nyumba olopau dache bakangiwa. You look at uyundani, you are going to find that this man can't pay for his wife to go to school or to start a business, but he's able to pay for the side chick or the ATM madam. This man goes abroad, he's able to travel with a girlfriend, but you leave the wife at home. What is your reaction, panelists? Each one of you in 1 minute. This time I'll start with Fab.
Yeah, this is a different story and this different scenario. Okay, let me come with my thing. I would not advise men to have side chicks. I will not do that. Side chick, please leave it for those unbelievers, because you are going to destroy your family, you are going to destroy yourself. You know, this is a situation where we bring diseases in our family. It's the same situation. So, if you feel that one woman is not enough for you, please don't marry. Don't marry, because you're going to break someone's daughter's heart. That is Uvuloshi on his own. So, you men, you like side chicks, please stop. That is not a good behavior. It's immoral. You are disrespecting yourself. How can you feel today you have opened up this lip, you have opened up this lip for this woman? What are you going to get from that? Who does that? No, that's disrespect. No, that's not a good behavior also. So those side chicks, leave them. For those unmarried men, you have to stick to your wife, abide by your the rules of the wife, because the Bible says you come one fresh. How do you feel if you find that you are going for work and the other one is coming in your home and the neighbor is calling you, bwana mwangena venangu munyumba mwanu. How do you feel? You feel devastated, isn't it? So if it is not good to do it to your wife, why are you doing it to your wife by those so-called side chicks? ATM. There's nothing like ATM family.
Thank you so much. CJ, what advice do you have to men who empower the side chick and neglect their own wives?
Okay, like personally, me, I don't believe money from my side chick, because it's a wrong approach altogether. Okay, one woman is a handful. What more kafakira hapo na winangu? Yeah, but okay, facing, these things are happening. These things are happening whereby a man would rather sponsor and pamper a girlfriend or side plate asiyamkazi wapa nyumba, which is a wrong thing altogether. Because you find even akadwala mwamuna, it's the wife that takes care of him and does everything, all that. It's better you put your investment mkazi wako, because mkazi wako will be with you. Olovaluwa anava estabwanji ndiamina kusungira na wana wako. Your side chick, vikaruvana, they'll easily go away. Yeah? They are just there for whatever money you are giving them, whatever comfort you are giving them. So prioritize your family, build your family. Okay, build your family. That's the right way to go.
Thank you so much. Ruth.
I would advise such a man to wise up, be wise enough, because when time comes that you cannot move, you won't be stuck in nyumba mwa girlfriend. It will be just there in your home, in your marital home. That's where you will be found. So ensure that that place is comfortable and the woman is empowered. And kuli uyo mzimai wako that you can even tell wamuna wako resources end up in I mean, I for one, I cannot be comfortable in that kind of a situation. Bazimai, that's why even kala wakufa fast, mabipi na machani, because unkalila utamba. Mungani if you believe and even chitkila, wake up, find something you can do, empower yourself and move on. I think that's all.
Thank you so much, Ruth. A man who empowers a side chick and neglects his wife.
Well, the first thing that came in my mind was the topic of today. How do you support how do you empower your spouse? So my question now was like, is a side chick considered as a spouse too, or what? Is it an empowerment? Because it is an empowerment. It is an empowerment. At the same time, of course, it's an empowerment given to a wrong person that is not supposed to. That should not be
transaction.
Yeah.
Well, there's a reaction here. CJ, what is your reaction?
The business transaction, yes, I did.
Anyway, my message to men that have this tendency of extramarital affairs, because that's just one way of trying to be sweet and nice, calling it side chicks, what, no. Is to just, if you can't, like my brother, is it Abra or Ambia?
Abi.
Yeah. Abi, yeah, like he put it to say, if you can't manage one woman, is it you, Ambia, or was CJ? If you can't manage one woman, what happens if you have two? Well, I have news for you. In Zambia, fortunately, we have the law that actually supports polygamy. Legalize that woman you call a side chick And for you to marry a side chick, you need to fulfill certain obligations, certain customary norms, meaning the wife at home has to know and has to consent. If she can't consent, then I'm sorry, you need to either divorce your wife and move on with your ex, or if she says yes, she consents to it, then you are at liberty to marry both wives, both women. You are allowed under customary law. But if you married under statutory law, then unfortunately you can't. You'll be arrested for bigamy if you are caught or you are found wanting. It is just foolish of us, men, that we are struggling helping our family, our children with their mothers. And then we have time to start spending colossal sum of money just to go and please this creature called a side chick.
Oh.
That's been unreasonable and that's been uncivilized, because we have no clue what we are doing. We are claiming you have difficulties with your family, how to put your family together. Yet you are forgetting that you are the person creating these problems to yourselves and to the family. So
Okay.
be reasonable, be reasonable. And of course, above all these things, if you preach or you practice what you preach or what you purport to be as a Christian, then you won't be indulging yourself with illicit activities, because you'll be guided by the principle of the Holy Spirit or the Holy Bible. So remember this as Zambians. Practice what you preach. If you're a Christian, stick to the principles and the guidelines of the Bible. Unlike what
Thank
you
you
are
so
doing,
much,
Patrick.
Tolumba maningi alimwi mugabola alimwi twaguyanina Pansaka. Thank you so much, our viewers, and thank you so much, my fellow panelists. It has been a very fantastic, amazing time that we spent together to share what the situation we go through in our communities. And to our viewers, thank you so much for being with us. This has been Pansaka on your Ubuntu channel. We are so grateful that you've been with us, and please make a date to be with us next week at the same time. As we are mourning, we are saying condolences to the Sinkala family. That Ubuntu channel is also mourning with you, and we remember you in our prayers. To our viewers, today we are unable to be with Uncle Jericho. He's committed with other personal duties. We believe he's going to join us in the next program. And we are going to have evangelist na wena natu wafuluka sana. Waka wana ifwe. But he's busy attending to other personal issues, and he's sending greetings and he's saying, I'm missing my viewers. We are looking forward to have him back on the program. Thank you so much. And from us, Ubuntu channel, make a date with us next Thursday. It's bye-bye. We love you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye.